Revolutions are as complicated as the societal, cultural, political problems they are ostensibly meant to solve. I have such mixed feelings about so much that's going on with this Trump 2.0 revolution, but nowhere are my feelings more conflicted than with his policies regarding American educational institutions, especially higher education, universities and colleges. Presidents have been fired from Harvard, U of Penn. Millions, and in a certain extent billions now, of federal funding are being pulled from these top-tier universities based on ideological grounds, ostensibly couched as administrative transformation. And that's going to probably percolate through the secondary and tertiary tier colleges and universities to be ubiquitous. That's self-evident. They want to change all of American education, and especially higher education, which they consider to be the cesspool of woke bullshit. Now, as the libertarian-esque kind of guy, I get it. And as someone who hated being in college and smelled the hypocrisy from the second I walked in and subsequently dropped out, I get it. I get it. As a parent, I felt that college tuition is extortion. $20, $30, $40, $60, $70,000 to put your kid through school for a year, $250,000 investment so they get a piece of paper, which has become baseline, a prerequisite for what? So you can get interviewed? How does that differentiate you? How does that actually educate you with real world skills? Unless you want to be a lawyer, a doctor. There's a trajectory there with payback, one would assume. You're going to make the big cashola as that high-end professional. So you go through these steps knowing that there's return on investment. But for most of the rest of us with ambiguous career futures, this university college system that has been established to ostensibly raise the middle class has been blackmail. And worse than that, it has been left-leaning and wokeist. A lot of the nonsense that's being pumped into generations of youth come from asshole, Ivy League, detached, elitist professors with their head up their ass, and here's the point, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars in our taxpayer money reinforcing their elitist, shitty behavior. 100%. I get it. But just like with the federal government being admittedly bloated and inefficient, the Doge chainsaw seems arbitrary and similarly ideologically driven. And my concern with this university revolution of reform from Trump 2.0 is that it's equally manipulative, but from the other side. What's to prevent all of this from dictating policy in the opposite direction? And here's the thing. Then turning the universities not so much into a tool of the woke elitist academy, but a tool of the federal government. You see that? Listen to this bald guy when it comes to the backlash, biting everyone in the ass at these academic institutions percolating through the rest of society from the other direction. The problem with revolutions are they're complicated as the problems they're trying to solve, but they're also tools of people who want to control you, who have their own agendas. And this entire university and college revolution from Trump 2.0 smells of control and manipulation in the name of academic honesty and truth. And it's kind of ironic that the destroyers of objective truth, who have used fake news and conspiracy theory to convince everyone that they can't be convinced of any objective fact, are now claiming that they are the arbiters of truth and honesty and objective fact to transform the American academy into an extension and tool of the government to control us with even more power, focus, and fervor. Think about that. When you clap your hands that another university president has been fired, that the colleges are being de-woked, and our federal tax dollars are now being spent more expeditiously.